The wrestling news' Brian Solomon was at the media scrum. Here's a question from him. Of course, you can hear the wrestling news each and every day for free. Get your wrestling news directly from thewrestlingnews.com or wherever you find your favorite podcasts. Look for Arcadian Vanguard's The Wrestling News. Here's Brian Solomon.
Brian Solomon, The Wrestling News. I had a question that it was a follow-up, actually, to something that you talked about during the media call earlier this week relating to the booking duties in the company. You mentioned that recently you've been getting some help, some guidance from other people like Bryan Danielson, Sanjay Dutt, getting kind of I want to know if going forward you see the booking as being more of like a committee type situation or a group, and if you ever see yourself at any point stepping back from it entirely.
It's a great question. I mean, it's the same process it's always been. There's been different people in the room throughout the project. I think I've always come in with an outline of ideas, and I'll talk through and talk ideas with the people in the room. And it's some people that weren't here at the beginning, like Bryan Danielson's a great example that wasn't here at the beginning of AEW, but would have fit in the whole time. And as a mind, I would have gladly discussed wrestling ideas with at any time. So really, for the last several years, I think it's been a pretty consistent process. It's just the people that I'm, talking to. QT would have been somebody that, if he was still here every week, would be in the room with us. And I'll come in with an outline of ideas week to week and talk through things. We have a great group of people. So I think it's been really strong. And certainly right now, the company this week, you'd say, is on one of the hottest runs in terms of business we've been on. So to come in with the shows really looking across the board, really strong business, pay-per-view TV, and a sellout crowd tonight, feeling really good about what we're doing. So I think going into 2024, things have been on a really good run.
Again, the question, what will the booking team be in the future, and can you ever foresee a day that you would step away from it completely?
The Continental Classic in particular was something I felt really strongly about and wanted to put together what I felt like was the best sports-based product to give AEW fans and wrestling fans all over the world something to really look forward to through the holiday season. And I think the Continental Classic worked. And when you look at the ratings of the shows and the way things have delivered, I think it was really an added element on top of everything we've been doing that really put us over the top now to have this run where you, across the board, the TV ratings for Collision, for Dynamite, the pay-per-view buy rate
for
tonight,
Dynamite,
the sellout crowd, everything says we're pointing in a good direction.
Aren't the Dynamite ratings atrocious right now?
I'm just, again, is he going to answer this question?
I don't think so. We'll give it another 30 seconds. Let's see if he gets to the answer within 30 seconds.
A great champion like Samoa Joe, when you've been having all these great hard-hitting matches on TV every week and setting the tone, he was not somebody that was in the Continental Classic. Obviously, he's been chasing the world title, but now we have a very interesting scene. You have those dozen competitors that we've been highlighting week to week. You have certainly Samoa Joe now coming into focus as the world champion, Eddie Kingston coming out with the Continental Crown. I think we have a really strong set of champions there. And of course, being up here with Toni Storm and Julia Hart, I think both of them have been running really hot. It was great to have, I thought, 3 strong matches across the women's division tonight, and we're only getting started there. I think things have been really heating up there. We had injuries at one point. It's great to get Thunder Rosa back. And
what the fuck does this have to do with the booking committee, and will he ever step back?
Again, the question, tell us about the booking committee going forward, and can you foresee yourself stepping back? Here are the ways he's going to help the women.
San Antonio, like I said, for a show that did a great rating and performed very well. But also, we've been missing Thunder Rosa, a former world champion, missing Dr. Britt Baker, missing Jamie Hayter. And I think it's so much credit.
Because of injuries, Mr. Safety. Right? Aren't they all injured?
Yes, everybody's hurt.
All right, well, we've had enough of this question. Let me get 1 or 2 more.
And can I say one thing real quick? One of 3 things is happening. Either Tony's coming in with more than an outline. He's laying this thing out the way that we see what the TV show looks like. So either he's doing most of everything, or those people coming into the room are telling him what he wants to hear and agreeing with a lot of it for the sake of it, or all those people that he mentioned aren't very fucking smart either. I don't know which one applies because I'm not in the room, but one of those 3 applies. Go ahead.
Or all of the above.